I want to take one more question before we finish. It's another very political question. It's from Eva Quigley, please. Eva Quigley.
Hi. Will David Cameron's Help to Buy policy get young people like myself on the housing ladder, or simply inflate the market further and make it harder to buy in the long term?
Are you hoping to get on the housing ladder?
Yes. Well, it's a dream at the moment, but eventually.
And would you use the Help to Buy scheme if you did? Are you thinking of doing that?
No, I'm not. No.
Too expensive, or?
Yeah. At the moment, I'm just saving as much as I possibly can.
Right. So the question is whether, in effect, it will make things worse, because just houses will get more expensive as a result of the policy. Kirsty Williams, this is a coalition policy. What do you think?
I hope that it will enable many people to realise their dream of owning their own property. We have to be mindful. We don't want the policy to result in another bubble on house prices, and that's why the government has given the power and instructed the Bank of England that will review this policy on an annual basis. It's a time-limited policy. After 3 years, it'll require the permission of the Bank of England to continue with it. There are lots of young people who are caught in a trap where they can afford the monthly repayments on a mortgage. Sometimes they're paying more in rent than they would in a mortgage, but it's that deposit, it's getting over the hump of the deposit to secure that home. And if we can help them to do that, I think it's a good thing. It also then takes some pressure off the rented sector for people who either don't want to or are unable to.
If the houses aren't coming on stream, how do you prevent it increasing house prices?
Because
to make it easier to buy?
Because the coalition government has a policy of building more homes. Of course, we need to build more homes as our population grows, as our living patterns change. We need more houses, and the coalition government is building those homes.
I think it is right to help first-time buyers, and I hope that you can get a chance to get on the housing ladder, because lots of people haven't been given that chance because house prices have just risen so fast, and it's been hard to get mortgages and to get the opportunity to get on the housing ladder. So I think it is right to help first-time buyers. I think it would be better if the Bank of England looked at this straight away and looked at this more frequently. I think that would be a sensible way to make sure that you look at these risks in terms of getting the details right and actually the impact on the wider economy. And I do think as well it won't work unless we build more homes.
We are building.
And that, well, actually you're not. You've had, at the lowest level of house building since the 1920s, not just in the financial crisis. Of course, everybody understands the housing market was hit by a global financial crisis. But in the last 3 years, since the financial crisis was over, we've had drops in the numbers of houses being built. That is a huge problem, building up huge problems for the future. And I think the final thought I would have on it is that the government needs to really answer about whether they are targeting this most effectively, because they are using it also to subsidise mortgages going up to £600,000. Now, that is 4 times the average house price here in Birmingham, and I'm not sure it's really on the target of most first-time buyers.
All right. You, sir.
If you throw more money at the same number of houses, the price will go up in a bubble. There was a proposal from Ed Miliband to force builders who are sitting on empty land to build. He was accused by the Tories of being Stalinist.
Yeah, well, don't you think it is, sir? If somebody owns land and the government takes that land off them, I don't think that's the action of a free society. Now, you may want...
Can't they buy it off them?
I beg your pardon?
Can't they buy it off them?
They do.
Well,
it doesn't have to be nationalisation.
But that might incur a very grievous loss for them if they bought it at a high market and land values have gone down.
But compulsory purchase orders already exist. It is already possible for
everything, the
councils
solution's always more spending,
for the government
more borrowing,
to be able
more
to
debt.
do that.
Yeah.
The question is, how long do you sit by and wait if companies aren't building houses, if organisations aren't doing their bit? We've got to have action right across the board in order to get more homes. Otherwise, you won't do anything.
Who's going to build the houses that the developer doesn't want to build?
Well, I think
developer X says, I don't want to do it at the moment. You buy it, then what happens?
Well, you have all kinds of people are involved in building homes at the moment. So you have private sector companies that are involved, you have housing associations that are involved, you have local councils that are involved, you have, consortiums often and organisations of developers that build homes. There is an appetite to build, but you've got to get that action going, and the government hasn't done that.
Sorry, Eva, I was trying to get in.